folks. Good evening, America. Good evening, world. I hope the world is doing well tonight. This is Matt, and this is the Matt's Antique Auto Repair Podcast. That's right, auto mechanic turned amateur podcaster. Excuse me for my rudimentary professionalism and YouTube guru-ism. I am learning as I go. I made a short earlier. I just did that the first time, really. That I think it's the second one I've made. But the first one I've consciously made, directly trying to make one. It was like 15 seconds. I felt bad because it turned into like a teaser because it was titled My Thoughts of the State of the Union, which is what I wanted to say, but I didn't know it could only be like 15 seconds. So I overlaid some music, Down South Juke and Lynyrd Skynyrd. Great song, by the way. If you never heard that one, check it out. And I put it on low so I could just say like, hey, I'm doing a podcast later. But I don't want to waste nobody's time. I'll jump right into it. I just wanted to give you my quick thoughts and my take on it. And, shoot the shit a little bit in general. But, it just seemed pretty bland to me overall, I guess we could just say the world issues and the domestic issues as a blanket statement to sum everything up. It just seems like he kind of rolled right through it, He rolled through it and they were happy he got through it more than they were happy that he got through to the American people. So in better words, he was more focused on getting through the speech than he and they were, they meaning his administration. Let's just say his administration seemed more happy that he got through the speech than they were that, concerned did he get through to the American people. And I don't think he did. I really don't. I think that's a speech, and you've probably heard it in other more popular podcasts, that he, that speech could have been said in any choice 4 or 5 decades prior. Climate change, wars, foreign affairs, just very general in my opinion. But, hey, that's what it is. You try to have an open mind. In a time like this, you definitely want to have a president to make a strong speech, no matter what side of the fence he's on, no matter what side of the fence his listeners are on. At the end of the day, we're all Americans. So regardless of our administration, which we all know is fumbling a lot, let's just think for a second on what we can do on a public level, Try to keep the pandemonium to a minimum, I know we all listen to a lot of news, we listen to a lot of podcasts, but, try not to rush around in the streets and shopping and pushing people aside out of stress, A little bit of kindness and chillaxing, chilling out goes a long way. Your fellow human might be having a worse day and is horrified by all the stuff we're hearing. So until it all blows over and a new day comes, let's just hold the door for somebody. Say excuse me, say sorry if you cut somebody off, and try to keep the politics aside. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, his State of the Union was pretty weak. Not that my opinion, I'm one person, but I would, the thing I always thought about politics is how do they stay in business for 30, 40, 50 years when they make promises and they break promises, or they just don't even try. And that's when I lose faith in politics. We're gonna do electric cars. We're gonna do these. This business park north of Ohio, and we're gonna have 1,000 acres of and blah blah blah. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Those are long-term frigging goals. It's not tomorrow. What if I get hit by a bus tomorrow? Am I going to care about a business park in North Ohio? No, I'm going to care about how much I'm paying for gas to get to work that week. Or, 6 apples cost $17. That's what I care about immediately. And then the business part will come after, okay? There's so many things that go into the electric car industry and production and maintenance of them that they're never going to talk about, and that's why it's taking so long, and you can take it from an auto mechanic, there's just so many shifts going on, and it all sounds great, and how many songs, books, poems, speeches, memoirs have you heard say, actions speak louder than words, and you don't see a lot of action after big speeches like the State of the Union. You just don't. It's like a big hoopla and then it goes away, in my opinion. It's just keeping people temporarily happy. It's like taking a Tylenol for a really bad hangover. And that's what our country's in. We're in a really friggin' bad hangover. From COVID, from just so many things. And we want that Tylenol. We want someone with a national voice to just say that. And I don't care what anyone says. That's a big reason that, people are turning more to podcasters, because they're able to rationally speak not only their minds, but a lot of people's minds, a lot of people's minds, what they're saying. And it makes common people like you and I, who are driving to work at 6:20 in the morning with a half egg sandwich and a hot coffee, it makes us feel better that someone on a national scale is voicing what we all want to say, or what we're all thinking. And that's a big part of sanity, That's a huge part of keeping your sanity. Because after a while, if you don't relay ideas and hear them back to you and toss it around in a forum, you start to think you're either crazy or your argument's one-sided. And you don't want to feel that way. So find a podcaster that suits your ideals and your beliefs. Find a rational, two-sided podcaster or multi-sided that sees views from all angles, Because that's what it's all about, It's not about the mainstream media anymore. No one wants to, and I've said it in other recordings, nobody wants to hear, in my opinion, no truth service that delivers truth should have a makeup department. Shouldn't be, man. That's whack to me. Shouldn't have a production crew. Jurassic Park movies should have a production crew. James Bond movies should have a production crew. People that tell you when it's going to rain and snow and what's going on in the world should not have a production crew. Should have a cameraman, audio, whatever. But it shouldn't be a Hollywood movie, and that's what it's turning into. That's what it's been for the last 10, 20 years, That's what it's been. But I do see a lot of people waking up, and that's really cool. But, other than that, that's my thought on that. But, hey, if you got anything out of the State of the Union, good for you. I'm happy for you. It is, again, it's cool to, it is kind of cool to see all these minds and people of, stature in the government all in one place. I guess it's more or less like an Oscars ceremony these days, but that's just my silly opinion. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. In other words, it was a pretty good day. Did about a 9-hour shift. Worked on some cool cars today. Worked on a 1973 Lincoln Mark III. Actually a Mark IV, maybe the first year of the Mark IV. But for those of you guys who don't know, there was a detective show in the 70s called Cannon, and he drove that same car. It was really cool, Frank Cannon. So I got to work on Cannon's car today. It was pretty cool. I've been hearing a lot about the electric cars though, so I think Teslas are really, really nice looking cars. But as far as I see that in the next 5 to 10 years, I don't think it's going to be very affordable to buy fully electric cars. I think it's still something that's pretty unreachable, a fully electric car to people that are just working paycheck to paycheck. But I could be wrong. But I still see it as kind of a novelty, at least where I am in the Northeast. I've heard it's a little more popular out west in California. I hear they're catching on. But as I said in another video too, if you enjoy old cars, and this did start as a classic car model channel and still is. We talk about everything on here, but if you want to continue with the hobby of old cars, there's no reason why you can't do it in an economic fashion. Buy old 4 and 6 cylinders. My two cars are a 1986 Dodge K-Car 4-cylinder, very good on gas, and a 1968 Ford Falcon straight 6. Also not bad on gas, both light cars, but they're out there. Chevy Nova, Mustangs, all made straight 6 cars. Some of the light trucks, the Bronco 2s, I believe you could get a straight 6 or a small V8. So again, if you want to pursue that hobby or that passion, we all do, we're car people, there's ways to do it, we could all ration a little bit and work together until things get cheaper. But, yeah, it is what it is. What are you going to do? But, I just want to share some thoughts with you guys. I hope you enjoyed my little segment here. And remember to stay safe, stay healthy, and let the truth be your trail map, because the truth is all we can really hold on to in times like these. It's so valuable to just hear so many different sides of the story and make your own decision, and use your own gut. Always go with your own gut. If something doesn't feel right, it most likely is not right. So, always go with your gut. Follow the truth. Stick with like-minded, trustworthy people in your life and positive people in your life. Don't let people naysay you and, put down ideas that you want to put into action, because that won't get you anywhere. So always stay positive, stay strong, and do you. Just do you. Life's short. No reason why you shouldn't do you. You're important. You're loved. And much love from me for listening this far if you did. All right, so happy March 2nd, 2022. God bless you all. Be safe, and we'll get through this. This is Matt signing off.